welcome to this conversational hypnotherapy session for preparing for New Year's resolutions. Before we begin, I'd like to remind you that hypnosis is a powerful tool, but should always be used in a safe and comfortable environment. Please never listen to this session while driving or operating any machinery. And now on to the hypnosis. As you settle in to a comfortable position, perhaps you can begin to notice how the rhythm of your breath naturally flows. It's funny, isn't it, how the simple act of breathing can feel so automatic. And yet, as you become aware of it, it seems to slow just a little. You might even notice how certain sounds around you fade into the background, leaving only this moment, this space, as a kind of sanctuary. And as you listen, you might wonder, how does this body know exactly what it needs? It's like the way a gentle breeze moves through the trees, effortless, natural and soothing. And as you sit here, letting that calmness ripple gently from your head down to your toes, you might find yourself beginning to drift in the most delightful way, as if the world itself has slowed just for you. And as you continue to relax, you may find it curious how easily the mind can wander. It's almost as though you're standing on the shore of a vast, peaceful lake. Perhaps you can picture it now. A lake so still, its surface reflects everything perfectly. You notice the gentle ripples as a leaf lands on the water, creating soft rings that grow and grow, spreading outwards in an unhurried rhythm. And as you watch those ripples, it becomes so easy to follow them further and further outwards. They stretch so far, don't they? Almost like they carry you with them, gently, without effort. And maybe you've noticed, while focusing on that expanding calmness, how time seems to soften. The moments stretch out like a soft, warm blanket. And it feels good, doesn't it, to let the outside world melt away, leaving only this gentle, comforting stillness. And as you're here now, in this space of calm and reflection, it might surprise you to realize how the smallest decisions ripple through your life, like those rings in the water. And have you ever noticed how, when a tree grows, it doesn't do it all at once? It doesn't try to be the tallest in the forest tomorrow. It simply stretches a little each day, following the light, reaching deeper into the soil. And you might wonder about those roots, the ones reaching down to find nourishment. What is it that sustains them? What allows them to grow stronger season after season? You see, those roots are like the habits you create. At first, they may seem small, insignificant even, but over time they become the foundation of something magnificent, something resilient. And maybe as you think about this, you can imagine standing at the edge of that lake again, looking at your reflection. That reflection is always changing, isn't it? Every moment, every breath, it shifts, subtly, gently, inevitably. And just as the ripples fade and the surface stills, clarity emerges. You realize that every small step, every small choice contributes to the larger picture of who you're becoming. And it's funny how we often think we need to do something grand to change. But have you ever noticed how the most powerful transformations come from the tiniest shifts? Like the way the sun rises, one ray of light at a time, gently pushing back the darkness. And as that light spreads, it reveals things you hadn't noticed before. Opportunities, pathways, strengths you always had, but perhaps forgot were there. And as you sit with that idea, you might start to feel a sense of anticipation. No pressure, no, not the heavy weight of should or must, but rather a lightness, a curiosity about what's next. Like opening a new book, not to rush to the end, but to savor every page. Because every great journey begins not with the first step, but with a decision to take it. And as you're sitting here now, maybe you've already begun. Perhaps without even realizing it, you've planted the seed of a thought, a desire, an intention. And just as seeds know how to grow when the time is right, you can trust that within you there's a natural ability to adapt, to align, and to thrive. And as this story unfolds in your mind, notice how those roots, the ones you've been growing all along, start to intertwine with something larger, something greater than yourself. It's as though you're connected to a network of possibilities, of strength, of purpose. The choices you make, the habits you nurture, they aren't just about today. They're about creating a foundation so steady, so strong, that you can build anything upon it. And just like that tree, you're free to grow in your own time, in your own way. There's no rush. Each moment you take to care for yourself, to prepare for the future, is a moment well spent. Isn't it nice to know that even now your mind is already exploring ways to make those small, powerful changes? You don't need to know exactly how. Just like the sun doesn't need to think about rising, it simply does. And you can too, effortlessly, naturally, one beautiful moment at a time. And as you begin to return now, bringing with you all the insights and calm feelings you've discovered, you might start to notice the room around you again. The sound of your breath, steady and sure, reminds you of the strength within. You can begin to stretch, to move your fingers and toes, feeling refreshed and grounded. And perhaps as you open your eyes, you'll find yourself carrying a sense of ease with you, a quiet confidence that allows you to approach the rest of your day and all the days to come with clarity and focus. And as you go about your day, you'll find that each small step feels easier, more natural, as if your mind and body are already aligned with your goals. You'll notice opportunities to make positive choices, and those choices will feel effortless and rewarding. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Remember, every step you take brings you closer to your best self. And until next time, take care of your mind and body, and goodbye, and good mental health.